This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis. It's the Morning Majlis.
Yes, we're going to be talking about Squid Game some more and how much really it brought revenue for Netflix. How much did it bring it? I'll tell you. Well, it created about $900 million in value for Netflix, that show, Squid Game, according to figures seen by Bloomberg. And that just underscores the windfall that one mega hit can generate in the streaming era right now. And of course, Netflix differs from movie studios and TV networks in that it does not generate sales based on specific titles, instead using its catalog and a steady drumbeat of new releases to entice customers every single week. But the company does have a wealth of data concerning what its customers watch, which the company uses to basically determine the value derived from individual programs. And of course, Squid Game, it stands out both for its popularity and its relatively low cost as well. It's the South Korean show about indebted people in a deadly contest for a cash prize. So it generated about $900 million in impact value. That's a metric that the company uses to assess the performance from individual shows. And the funny thing is, the show only cost $21.4 million to produce.
Yeah, that's the surprise. It really came out of nowhere. Actually, it's out of South Korea. But yeah, it came out of nowhere. Yeah. And now I hear a lot of people just come up to me and say, hey, have you seen Squid Game? Have you seen Squid Game? The amount of times I heard that, I can't even
When are you
count.
going to watch Squid Game, guys? Come on.
Well,
Ahmed and Abdul Karim,
yeah,
both of you didn't see it yet.
I don't know. I mean, in case you've been living under a rock, you're still not familiar with the show. It's like Hunger Games. It's a bit of a game show, an exercise in class warfare, so to speak, where the contestants are poor people. They're very desperate to compete.
Yeah.
And they essentially play for a large sum of money, but then are summarily executed. It's a high-stakes game where you could live or die, and it's taken the world by storm. It's essentially the number one Netflix show. I think it's pretty much
It is actually right now.
the top Netflix show of all time. And still, people are going ham on social media with the memes, the jokes about it. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere. Squid Game is something that gets dominate. I mean, that's been dominating a conversation, and I think there's so many shows that Netflix has to offer that you sort of get bogged down by it. So I think the big picture is to understand where does Netflix actually make its money from, and because if you go on Netflix, they don't have ads, they don't have any sort of pop-up saying, hey, win a yacht cruise by clicking on us and getting an SMS or whatever it is. They're not gathering your data or asking you for any feedback on anything. So where is this money coming from? The company continues to say that their largest and the biggest business segment is its subscription base. And looking at the 2020 figures at the moment, US and Canada accounts for about 46%. Asia Pacific was only 10%. Now, this is the breakdown in 2020. But now, if you think about it, with more Asian content, and you see a huge interest in people from South Korea, China as well, and even in India who have a lot of competition because there's Hotstar, there's Amazon Prime, there's other subscription services. If they find their content and a bit more engaging content on Netflix, they'll sign up and subscribe. And this is where the money would be coming in from primarily. So this is great in terms of how they've been able to pull it off and what a Squid Game continues to do. And Squid Game about scoring a high number of points as per the adjusted view share, or the AVS, which reflects how many people have watched it, but how valuable those viewers are considered is also quite high. AVS is where Netflix's evaluation of a show begins, according to their current and former employees, and the impact value is an estimate of show's lifetime. So it'll be very interesting to see what other shows will be coming out, what's coming up on the platform, and why it continues to be a dominating one and really revives failing shows. And there's a growing perception. People believe that.
You know what I like? I like that it's a non-English drama that's gotten really popular. We're seeing a lot of that lately on Netflix. Money Heist was Spanish.
Yeah.
It became one of the biggest shows ever. And another show, Lupin. It's a French heist drama as well. It got 76 million viewers in its first 30 days as well. So the foreign language titles are getting a lot of support. Squid Game right now is available in 31 languages, dubbed in 13. Everyone's watching these shows now.
Everyone's really excited for it, but for me personally, I'm not a biggest fan of dubbings. I prefer watching it in the original language and reading the subtitles.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to keep it authentic, but it's great. It really was a captivating, or it was captivating content that was published to Netflix, so we're really looking forward to it. But yes, guys, keep those texts rolling in, and we shall continue the discussions here on the Morning Majlis. So stay with us, guys, and we shall return with more musical entertainment, and we'll be back again right after the news headlines. But before that, we want you to win and increase your own revenue.
Yes, you can do that. You can either win 10,000 dirhams or 7,000 dirhams. If you have a drone, well, fly it up above the city of Sharjah or the Emirate of Sharjah, anywhere in Sharjah, and you can just, all you have to do is basically record or a video that is up to 60 seconds long of Sharjah from up above. Just make sure that you tag Pulse 95 Radio and use the hashtag Sharjah above. So for more information on how to win big money with Pulse 95 Radio, here's Amal Majali.
This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis. It's the Morning Majlis.
It's time for 2020 cricket, and the tournament, the World Cup, was opened by Oman and Papua New Guinea yesterday in a very unlikely surrounding in Al Emirat, where the global showcase has gotten underway after being chased out of India due to COVID-19. And what a game it was, a thrashing.
It certainly is, and Oman is a very, very strong side, and when you look at the teams that are going to be competing to qualify for the final 12 as well. The Super 12 is the main end and the main event of the Cricket World Cup. So we've got a couple of games lined up, but a bit of a shocker yesterday. Scotland beating Bangladesh by 6 runs. Now, Bangladesh has joined the World T20 off the back of some wonderful performance against New Zealand in their own backyard. But the thing about Bangladesh is they're so good at home, but when they go abroad, they're not up to the mark. I mean, the United Arab Emirates is great grounds for them. They performed really well. They performed really well during the Asia Cup over here. But I just hope they don't struggle at the World T20. If they've lost to a team like Scotland, which is not a strong side, it's cause of concern for them. Ireland and Netherlands go head-to-head today at 2 p.m. Sri Lanka and Namibia go head-to-head tonight as well. But the big games are going to be over the weekend for us here in the United Arab Emirates. Saturday is going to be Australia versus South Africa, and then we have England versus West Indies. West Indies are the defending champions, and then the bigger encounter is on Sunday at 6 p.m. It is India versus Pakistan.
Wow.
So if you see roads if you see roads empty on Sunday evening, don't be surprised. It's all of them have headed straight home after work. Some are going to be taking half day. Some are going to be flocking over to the Dubai Cricket Stadium over at Sports City. Hester Street, if you're driving on it, it will be busy. So if you've got any other ways of reaching wherever you live, avoid Hester Street, please, because it is going to be ridiculously busy. It's all going towards the big stadium, and of course, so much to look forward to. But the T20 World Cup is here. Teams have landed, teams are preparing, and we're all very excited for it as well.
Yeah, and analysts are saying that England are looking like the favorites here in the tournament. They got the world number 1 2020 batter in their side in Dawid Malan, while Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid make a formidable spin duo. India's got a pretty strong team as well. They're England's biggest threat, led by Virat Kohli in his final outing as a 2020 captain. And other squads, I've got some New Zealand, known for their strong bowling. West Indies have a more rounded lineup than the side that clinched the trophy 5 years ago. And Pakistan are also looking to bring some pretty aggressive hitting to the table with Babar Azam, one of the more exciting players in the tournament.
Yeah, he's world number 2 when it comes to the rankings in T20, so it will be very interesting. But so far, under my observation and under my speculation, I think England does stand a very good chance of winning this tournament. We also can see a wonderful performance by India. Because India's played the IPL here for such a long time, most of their players are well acquainted with the conditions. They know how the pitches react, they know what to expect, and they have the right firepower in their lineup. So it'll be very interesting to see how they perform. But England and India certainly very, very top favourites. Pakistan has the tendency to cause some wonderful surprises, but I wouldn't rate them that high in this tournament. But I would definitely rate Australia to have a bit of a say. Just a bit of a say, but you never know. It's all to play for, and this is the beauty of T20. It doesn't matter how strong of a side you are. The limited overs matter, and if you can hold on to your wickets, if you can keep your strike rate rotating, if you can keep your the scoreboard ticking at a good pace, you can pick up wickets at the right time. It's everybody's game, and this is what's going to be very exciting for the country. To host grand events such as the Expo 2020 and to host such a grand event such as the World Cup. We're very, very looking forward to it. And guys, keep those texts rolling in. And who do you think is going to be the favourite for the World Cup? But who's going to be favourite to win the 10,000 Dirham World Cup is something that we'll still wait and hear or see.
Absolutely. If you have a drone and if you have the knowledge of creating a cool video with your drone, and you have all the content in line and in your head, you can shoot Sharjah from up above with your drone. All you have to do is just upload your awesome 60-second video to your Instagram account. You have to mention, though, Pulse 95 Radio. And also, you have to use the hashtag Sharjah above in order to fly into the big prize draw, 10,000 dirhams. And if you come in second, you can still win a chunk of change. You're going to be able to win 7,000 dirhams. That's still not little.
Absolutely. And thank you all for tuning into today's program. If you'd like to check out the podcast from today's show, it's already up on our SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Just type Morning Majlis in the search bar. Stay tuned to Pulse 95. We'll be back tomorrow with you at 7 a.m.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.